What's going on, YouTube? Is Donnie B all day, coming at you with something a little different and something you have probably seen similar pieces, but not done like this. Let me throw this away. So basically, I wanted a camp knife that was different than some of the other camp knives, and I wanted a chance to construct my own in a way. So I found this Damascus. You can see the pattern in there. It's actually a nice looking pattern, Damascus, right? And it's a 6 3/4 inch blade, but it came unground, right? So there was no edge at all. It was profiled here, but it wasn't profiled here. It was just a single profile blade. So I got it in, and I, made my own edge. And then I had to, do a handle. So I took, I was going to try a burn, but it's not a round tang. It's a flat tang, and it had some nice area, right? It goes all the way pretty much to the end. So I was able to drill a few holes in there, and it's kind of hard to tell on the angles, but you could probably see it right there. I did some nice finger grooves. It's a 2-scale construction out of hardwood, and then I used, you can see the red in there. That's actually pre-wrap athletic tape. It's nice and soft, so there's so much cushion in this grip. It takes all the shock away when I use it, which is pretty good. It's really, even though it's a round handle, these finger grooves and this cushion make it extremely comfortable and keep it from rotating in my hand. All I did on the outside, there's obviously epoxy on the inside. I used wooden pins with a bunch of epoxy, and I figured, it's this cool old school looking blade. My house is really old, and the roof is being held up with wooden pins. Imagine that. So I figured, shit, if it could hold up a house, it could hold up my blade. And so I did that, and then I used just white athletic tape, and then, I'm Captain America, so I did my Captain America. So that's it. So what I want to do is I just want to give it a little testing, a little show. Let me see if I can get this angled over here. I want to see if the edge I put on, I haven't really tested the edge too much, so I want to see if let's see, try this first. Let's see. Well, that's the tape. So it's not a great edge, I'm not gonna lie to you. Let's see. It's cutting straight once I got past that first section. It does lop some off, but it's not bad. It's not great. It's not bad. Let's see if we can at least slash this water bottle. I think I just lost my water bottle. Stay tuned. All right, so I found it. It's just way over there. It was hiding. It was scared because I put a hand sharpened knife into it. All I used on this was a stone. That's it, just a stone to sharpen it. So I got the best edge I could out of that. Let's try that again. I did actually penetrate it. There we go. Not too shabby. I mean, not the sharpest blade, not the dullest blade. The steel is not that good. I was going over it, and the way I was able to drill through it, it was actually a lot easier than it should have been. This is a knife blank straight from eBay. So if you're looking at those eBay knife blanks and you're thinking, wow, those are really cheap, I bet it would make a really cool knife. Sure, they make a pretty cool knife. Even if I did a better handle, it'd be really nice to look at. But I'm not sure, by what I'm finding out so far of just putting this thing together, how well the steel is going to be. But let's go try it on some other things. All right, so here we are. We're going to try this a couple different angles. I had one guy say, how come you always go up and down, blah, blah, blah. Well, I like to focus mainly on the blade, and I don't really care about what's over here and what's over there. So I usually just go this way to focus, but I'm going to give him something so you can see the difference. All right, so we're just going to do a little chopping. And it just could be the section of wood I'm picking, but it's just sliding across these notches, so I'm gonna come down here. That's better. So it's getting through the wood. It's definitely, I wouldn't consider this a chopper, not in any way. Just a typical little camp knife. But the main thing I wanted to do with that is actually check it. You know what? I'm not guessing that this is an incredibly hard steel, but just banging around there, it kind of held up. So I really have nothing negative to say about that. And it's not printed Damascus, it's true Damascus, because through the sharpened edge, I can still see the pattern Damascus. So let's keep going. All right, welcome to my nightmare. So we're just gonna do a drop test. Obviously, I have no worries in the handle. We're just gonna see what I did for the balance. And it seems to be, it's fairly well balanced. I don't know why the end would rotate. It's not very heavy, so the wood is old and it's getting harder by the day. So I could see why it wouldn't stick in all the time. But right away, my little guard has a little loosening. You might even be able to hear the tongue. That would be simply the guard. I can't tell if there's a bow in the tip or not. Let's see, do minor prying. This might have just been the shape of the blade, the shape of the blank when I got it before I started cutting at it, and I probably just didn't notice. But you can hear that little spring sound from this, right? Doesn't really matter. So all in all, you know what? The tip held up. Maybe you could see something. I don't know. It looked a little bent to me, but I think it's just from the sharpening. It's just sharpened more on this side, and that's what's giving it that look. But I don't know. I'll tell you what. So far, this little knife blank is chopping without damage. The tip is getting thrown into wood without damage. I did very, very little prying with it just to check the overall tip. No damage. This is loose, but I didn't solder this. This is literally just held in place by the grip itself. So I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised that that's loose. I could have done a better job personally. I just didn't care because it was just a thing I wanted to try out. Try to think. Let's go whack at some other stuff. All right, so I have no idea if you can see me right now, because you can't see it because it's not in front of the camera, but there's a huge board right in front of the actual screen. So I'll check it after I film this. If I'm on there, I'm on there. If I'm not, I'm not. Let's play with the 1-inch forest, which is so less foresty than it used to be. All right, so let's take a few whacks at this. All right, it might be pushing and breaking a little more than it's actually cutting, but that piece was pretty dry. So let's. It's okay. It's not great, but let me see if I think that's in there because I can't see the screen. But you can see where it sliced cleanly through here, and then as it got to the end, it just started breaking off. Now this isn't a test to the edge that it comes with because I'm the one that did the edge. This is just a test to see if these eBay blanks are going to hold up, right? So let's see how well my edge carves here, and it's not doing so bad. We're gonna make a little sharp piece here if we can, because the center of this is pretty, well, it's shite, so maybe we won't do that. Let's try and pull at it here. All right, well, I'll tell you what, Donnie B all day made a really good feather sticking edge. That is, I hope I'm in the frame there, but that's pretty nice. Yeah, it's not so bad. So for a camp knife, I can definitely use this thing. Is it a great knife? No. But, I mean, it's even hard for me to say that right now because I haven't suffered any damage. If I spend an extra 10 minutes on this edge, it might not be that bad. So, get my lazy ass back to the stone and actually put some real work into it instead of this, you know, the half-ass 5-minute edge I put on there already. Not too shabby. It's, think of what else we can do here. I don't know, let's chuck it into something. That sounds good. All right, so normally I'm throwing knives that I've already thrown and knives that I know already how they're gonna throw. This one, I do not. I'm gonna see if I can, I'm gonna use blade side. I'll tell you what, I've never thrown this knife before. And what I did is I held the blade and I gave it a good flip. And I don't know if you can see, let's see. There's that, where am I? That tree right there. I was just beyond that tree where those broken things are. So I was literally just about 5 yards away. And out of all the knives I've thrown in these videos that I've shown you so far, that's probably one of the nicest throws. Oh, it's in there pretty good. No tip damage, no bending, no folding, no creasing, no wrinkling, no cracking, no chipping. Maybe I'm not giving this stupid thing enough credit. Maybe I should actually put a little bit more love and effort. Let me get this back into some better light here. Some better effort into the edge and maybe change over the grip. Although I'm not gonna lie, as cheesy as this is, it is really, really comfortable. So yeah, that was okay. That was okay. Let's do. I'm gonna find something else to do. All right, I found something else to do. I am going to try and chop down this tree. Now this is a lot harder than what I was working. Why are you doing that, guys? You know I work so freaking hard to give you good videos, and halfway through you take a nap on me. You guys suck. All right, so not you guys. I meant the other ones. You know who I'm talking about. So this is a lot harder than the crap in the 1-inch forest. This is a tree, so let's see what kind of damage we can do to this thing. And it's all about catching the right angles with it. You know, being a round grip, it does give way to some slippage when you're hitting a round tree. Not gonna lie. Uh-oh. I'll tell you what though. Oh boys, hey, here I am, cutting through this damn tree, working so hard I didn't even notice you guys weren't looking. Bunch of jerks, I'm telling you. Anyway, while you were over there napping, I was over here chopping down a damn tree. Next time, maybe you'll pay attention, all right? Oh, Donnie B all day. All right, so here we go. What did we learn about Donnie B all day's edge making skills? Well, for doing very little work on this edge and not putting in a ton of effort, it did its job. You know, when I started this video out, I was having trouble with cardboard and plastic bottles. So I gave it no props. I gave it half a thumb up on what I projected it to be. And then it surprised me. It outperformed what I thought it was going to do. I bought it as like a joke piece, thinking, I'm just going to do it and see if I could do this and try to get it nice. But I don't really give a shit about it. But I'll tell you what, I'm kind of glad I got it now. So I'm going to put some more time into this edge, and I'm going to make it a lot finer. I'm going to hone this thing, you know, down to razor edge until I can shave with it, and then I'm going to see how it holds up to banging around. But if you are looking to build yourself a knife, I know you can get them dirt cheap without an edge. That's the way I got it. I mean dirt cheap. I think the blank without an edge was, I don't know, 15-20 bucks, somewhere in there when I found it. And I know you can get them with an edge already put on it. However, it's still, just because they say it has an edge, I have no idea if it's something that you'd need to reprofile, because it's probably something that they're just, you know, spitting through a grinder a couple times and it's calling it an edge. I assumed that the steel wasn't going to be as hard as it is. I'm going to look it back up and see, because it might actually have a pretty good rod. The way I was banging it onto some things, and I couldn't put, you know, a dent in the edge that I actually have on it, I'm starting to think maybe it's a little better quality than I assumed. I was just excited because it was just Damascus, and I wanted a nice Damascus camp knife, but I didn't want to spend a ton of money at the time, and I wanted to test myself a little bit. So here we have it. Go on eBay, find yourself a knife blank, and have some fun with it. Some you might even find either with screw ends on the tang, so you can actually put a nut on the end of it to hold it on, or you can find some that have holes drilled in it already, so you don't have to do your own. I know there's some that you can buy as kits where it has scales, pins, you know, and the blade with it, so you could literally build the entire knife, and all you have to do is form the scales to how you want it done. I don't know, eBay. I mean, YouTube. I gave you guys a new name. It's not as shitty as I thought it was going to be, and I almost sound disappointed about that, because I thought it would have been funnier. But now I just have another decent knife. So, oh well, I guess I'm going to have to use the shit out of it. Alright guys, well, I am Donnie B all day, and until next knife.